Hello everyone. Today will be a training session. It's called Smoking with Brad, and it's just a beginner's guide to smoking food. This is actually a brisket that I've made. So session overview, we'll do an introduction of myself and yourselves. Be an audience knowledge assessment on your abilities of cooking and smoking foods. We'll talk about the importance of rub, binders, and pellet flavors. There'll be a Q&A session to answer any questions you guys might have. And then we'll go over basic cleaning and maintenance tips for my smoker, which is the Traeger Pro 780. And then we'll learn how to set it up and maintain it. So, hi, I'm Brad Bennett. I have about half a decade of experience in smoking foods and countless hours. I am an award winner, so I got first place at Friendsgiving last year for my smoked turkey, so I'm very credentialed in this field, obviously. So now I'll just go ahead and hand out some knowledge assessments to see how you guys do, or where you guys sit with smoking or cooking in general. Here's a pen. Here's a pen. And while we're doing this, I'll go ahead and use this time to allow you guys to introduce yourselves. So I'll start over here with this young lady.
I'm Brooklyn, and I'm an assistant teacher and a student.
Okay.
I'm Becky, and I work in the mortgage department at a bank.
All right. And yourself?
My name is Sean Vanderjagt. I am an engineer.
Okay. Great. So these questions will be, how comfortable are you with cooking in general? What types of meat or vegetables have you smoked before? And how comfortable are you with controlling the temperature on a smoker? And have you experimented with different food types, rubs, or binders? And what are your biggest concerns when it comes to smoking food? Are you done, sir?
I am.
Let's go over this. So, Sean's very comfortable with cooking in general. He was actually telling us about a lasagna he smoked or he cooked last night. Never smoked anything before. He's uncomfortable with controlling the temperature on a smoker. That's pretty common. This pellet smoker makes it really easy, actually. There's actually an app on my phone that I can use to monitor the temperature on the smoker, so it makes it really easy. Have you experimented with different wood types, rubs, or binders? No. And what are your biggest concerns when it comes to smoking food? Drying out the meat or over smoking? That's a good point. We'll go over some things with that as well. Are you done, ma'am? Okay. She's comfortable with cooking. You've smoked some dips and corn on the cob. Very good. I'm not very comfortable with controlling the temperature. Have not experimented with different wood types, rubs, or binders, and cooking meat to the correct temperature. All right. She's not comfortable with cooking. She's never smoked any kind of vegetables or meat. She's not comfortable with controlling the temperature on a smoker. And she's not experimented with wood types, rubs, or binders. And biggest concerns is the temperature and cooking time. Pretty standard across the board there. We've got a nice Nice thing. So this is great for you guys. You guys are beginners, and that's what this presentation is for, beginners. So from this session, you'll understand how wood pellet flavors affect the taste of smoked meats. There are different types of wood that can be used. We'll go over that. You learn to choose the right rubs and binders for different meats, and you'll understand the basic cleaning and maintenance of the Traeger Pro 780, and we'll learn how to set it up and get it ready for our first smoke. So pellets are pretty important. It's what fuels the smoker, and it actually gives some taste to your meats or vegetables. So hickory is great for beef. It has a strong smoky flavor, and it really binds into the meat and gives it that good taste that you like. Applewood is great for pork and poultry. It's more sweeter and it's a little bit more milder. And mesquite is another one that you can use for red meat. It's bold and distinctive taste, pairs well. The pellets that I currently have are a competition, and it's actually a blend of these three pellets. So it's good for pretty much generic meat. So for our rubs, and I'll go ahead and let you guys take a look at this. This is the beef rub that I like to use, Thundering Longhorn by Fire and Smoke Society. You just take a look at the ingredients there on that. It's a smoky rub, and you can pair that well with the hickory pellets like we talked about. So these beef rubs are pretty standard across the board. The ingredients here are salt, spices including black pepper, chili pepper, cumin, and oregano, garlic powder, and coffee. And a lot of people like to use coffee flavoring on their beef, particularly briskets. That's what I like to use for my briskets. Next up is pork. So this is a little bit more on the sweeter side normally, but you can also have spicy, which this does well with. So if you want to take a look at the ingredients there, we'll go over that as well. Excellent. So this is pretty much sugar, salt, paprika, spices including cumin, cayenne pepper, and oregano, mustard seed. So gives a nice flavoring for your pork. This is great on pork butts, or what you would know as pulled pork. Let's see here. Next up will be chicken. These are usually herb based. This one's actually a little bit spicy, on the spicier side, and you can pair this with pecan or alder pellets. There's the ingredients there for you to take a look at. Excellent. So this one, salt, spices including black pepper, white pepper, cayenne pepper, and thyme, paprika, dehydrated garlic, and mustard seed. So a little bit of kick. This rub right here, it's not really rub, it's a seasoning, but it's Montreal steak seasoning. I like to use this on my steaks. It's pretty basic, and I like that. So it's just coarse salt, spices, black pepper and red pepper, garlic, onion, and sunflower oil. So nice seasoning for steak if you're interested. Here's a picture of some ribs that I've done, and this is the section on binders. So we use binders to help the rub adhere to the meat. It adds a little bit of flavor to the meat. And the different binders are mustard, just your standard yellow mustard. Yeah. A lot of people get scared about using mustard on their meats for a binder. Maybe you don't like mustard very much. It just adds a little bit of tang. You can't really taste the mustard once it's been cooked. Oil. I like to use oil on my steaks. So I usually put oil on the steak and then put the seasoning on it. And interestingly enough, hot sauce can be used as a binder as well. I like this Black Rose hot sauce from Pepper Palace. So this is good stuff. Have you seen that?
No, but I want to try it.
It's good. Try it here soon. Alright, here's the famous smoked turkey that I talked about that made me an award winner. And this will be your question and answer session. Do you guys have any questions you'd like to go over?
Why did you start learning to smoke meat?
Why did I start learning to smoke meat? Well, I got a small cabinet smoker from Pit Boss probably, like 6 years ago or so, and just started out with typical ribs, I think is what the first thing I smoked in it, or it might have been pulled pork. But yeah, got into it because I like to cook, and I've always been interested in cooking in general, and wanted to expand my ability to cook. So I got a smoker and started cooking. What questions?
Is there anything you can't smoke?
Well, funny enough, people actually like to smoke water, and then they smoke water, and then they'll cube it. They'll put it in an ice cube tray and freeze it, and you can use it as a smoky flavor for whiskey if you like to. Whiskey. Yeah. So I don't think there's anything you can't smoke, food wise.
Yeah.
I'd try anything. Really.
Yeah.
People like to do cream cheeses. I've seen people do watermelon.
Oh, interesting. What about fish?
Fish is great. Salmon, I love to do salmon. I don't know if I have a picture of my salmon in this presentation or not, but I like to do salmon on a little wood plank. I just like to use Old Bay seasoning with it. It's pretty standard. There's a lemon and herb one that goes really well with salmon. But yeah, I love fish on the smoker.
What's your favorite thing to smoke?
My favorite thing to smoke, I probably, it's very time consuming, but brisket's really fun to smoke. It's a whole process. You get the whole packer brisket from the store, you trim it up, lather it in mustard, and slap on some rub, and put it in the smoker. It can take anywhere from 9 to 15 hours, depending on the size of a brisket. Usually cook those at about 225 until you get an internal temperature anywhere from 195 to 205. You know when to pull it when you use your thermometer, your probe, when you poke it and it just goes right in like butter. That's when you know when to pull the brisket. Any other questions? Okay. Here's some of my famous smoked queso. So some tips for successful smoking is keep the smoker clean and optimal performance. Experiment with rub binder and pellet combinations. You can, if you wanted to get crazy, you could try some pork rub on some chicken. That never hurts to try out different stuff. So I mentioned earlier that I have an application on my phone for Traeger that allows me to monitor the temperature, so I don't have to be out there looking at the smoker the whole time. I can come in here, prepare other foods, whatnot while I'm smoking meat. It's called the Wi-Fi app, and we will go over that here shortly. And like I mentioned, just get creative with your flavoring. You can try out all different kinds of rubs. You can even make your own rubs if you'd like. A lot of people like to do that. So this is the Traeger Pro 780. We'll go out there and take a look at it in person here shortly. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so now we're going to go over how to set up and get the smoker ready for our first cook here. So it's very simple. You can just press the button and it will come on, okay? All right, welcome to your grill. Oh, look at that. We need to clean it. So for time's sake, I went ahead and cleaned this off for us already, so we will not have to do that. Do
I
have a
assume
bu-
you just scrape that with a wire brush?
Yeah, it's just soap and water if you'd like, and then I use a Scotch pad or a Brillo pad or
Yeah.
something with those like. Okay, do I have a volunteer that would like to learn how to clean this puppy?
Sure, I'll do it.
Okay, so first things first, you take that grate off, and then the next thing that we need to do is take the this drip tray out. So if you'd like to,
Sure.
go ahead and pull that guy out.
Just this part?
No, you'll
Whole
pull the
thing?
whole thing. Yep.
Does it just lift up and away?
Yep.
Or?
Yep. Just lift it straight up. There you go.
Alright, that was easier than I expected. I was worried I was just gonna bend it in half.
Well, it's pretty sturdy. So you can just set that on the ground for now. Okay, and then this piece right here just protects the fire pot, so you can pull that out by just pushing a little bit. Yep, pull it out of those tabs. Great. All right, now it's ready to be cleaned. We've got your standard shop vac right here. So you just take this piece and just get. I like to get into the fire pot.
So the pellets.
Yeah, you get those as well, because we have plenty. Just get all the ash that's around it.
What about all this stuff over here? And over?
Yep, all of it. Get as much as you can. All right, that's probably pretty good. Okay, now that we have cleaned it, we just reassemble it. We're going to, I have some new, there's one more thing that we do need to do. There is this bucket that catches all the drippings. So, we'll just replace
And motor oil?
Yeah.
You put that in your car afterwards?
Yep. So you just take it out. It's going to be a little messy, obviously, from the stuff in there. We'll actually
Spring Elite?
Yeah, we'll just do that. You will get a little bit out, but at least catches most of it. Put that there. So we'll just put this over here for now. Alright, I don't have a rag on this, get that off at some point. So, yep, go ahead and reassemble that.
Does it matter which way it goes in?
No. Pretty simple.
And what was this called again?
Drip tray. Oh, sorry. This just protects the fire.
Oh, it doesn't have a name.
box. Well, it probably does. I don't know what the name. I just call it the metal thing. All right, and we can just replace that with this. All right, we get a fresh brand new one. If you want to set that back in there, it goes like that. This side is over here. So you'll just set that right here. Or go up here.
Oh, okay. I think this goes.
Yep.
Sorry, I put it in backwards.
And there's two little lips that you'll just fit that into. Great.
There we go.
All right, Sean's done an excellent job of putting it back together here. We will just go ahead and put this back here. And it just sets right on there.
All right.
Now we're ready to get smoking. You always want to check the pellet box before you start. And you can just pour it in there like so. Yep. Like I said, that's a competition blend. It has a blend of multiple woods in it. Good for pretty generic. And then to set the temperature, you just move it up to the old trusty 225. You press the button once, and then you push ignite to start. And when it's starting, you'll definitely have the lid closed there. And then here on my phone, I've got the Traeger application, right? And you'll see it's set to 225. It's currently at 84 degrees. It's about 37% complete to 225. So, there you have it. That's how you set up the smoker. It's ready for its first cook. It'll take about 15 minutes to get up to this temperature that we need it to. Maybe a little less because it's on the lower side of 225. Does anybody have any questions?
No, that was great.
Okay.
Pretty sure I could repeat that.
Yeah, it's not bad. Now you're ready to go and buy a Traeger and start smoking.
Yeah, maybe I will.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming to the training session today. Appreciate all of your time. Thanks.